50 Cent has reportedly leaked new footage that shows a very different side of Diddy inside prison. The clips that are spreading online do not show a man living in comfort or control. Instead, they show someone who looks tense, quiet, and deeply concerned about what could happen next. The internet reacted fast. Within hours, blogs, fan pages, and major outlets were all talking about the same thing. What is really going on behind bars? For months, there had been rumors that Diddy was adjusting well. Some stories claimed he was giving advice to other inmates. Others said he was staying confident and calm. There were even wild claims that he was living comfortably compared to others. But the new footage tells a different story. In these clips, he appears serious and alert, almost like someone who understands that prison is not a safe place for him. The reason many people believe he could be in danger goes back decades. The names of Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. still carry heavy weight in hip-hop. Their deaths changed music forever. Both were killed in drive-by shootings in the 1990s. Tupac was shot in Las Vegas in September 1996 and died 6 days later. Only months after that, Biggie was shot and killed in Los Angeles in March 1997. Two huge stars gone within a year. For years, rumors have connected Diddy to those tragic events. He has denied every accusation. In interviews, he has called the claims nonsense. He has said clearly that he had nothing to do with either death. Law enforcement has also said publicly that he has never been charged in connection with Tupac's murder. Still, the rumors have never fully disappeared. The tension between the East Coast and West Coast scenes during the 1990s was real. It was not just about music, it was about loyalty and pride. Diddy stood firmly on the East Coast side as the head of Bad Boy Records and as Biggie's close friend and producer. Tupac later aligned strongly with the West Coast. Words were exchanged in songs and interviews. Anger grew. One key moment happened in 1994 at Quad Studios in New York. Tupac was robbed and shot multiple times in the lobby. He survived, but he later suggested in interviews that he believed certain people knew more than they admitted. He did not directly accuse Diddy in a legal sense, but he made it clear that trust was broken. From that point on, the relationship between camps became worse. Years later, documentaries and interviews brought those old stories back into public view. In one series about Diddy's life and career, some former associates claimed he knew more than he said. Others defended him and said he was unfairly blamed for things that spiraled out of control. The truth has never been proven in court. In 2023, things shifted when Dwayne Keefe D was arrested and charged in connection with Tupac's murder. Court filings later revealed interviews in which Davis allegedly claimed that Diddy had offered money related to the shooting. These claims were explosive, but they remain claims. Diddy has not been charged in that case. He has denied involvement. Now, with Diddy behind bars on other legal matters, old tensions are being discussed again. Some voices online claim that people who were loyal to Tupac could hold long memories. Prison is not like the outside world. Reputation matters. Old beefs matter. Stories matter. If inmates believe certain rumors, that belief alone can create danger. The leaked footage shared by 50 Cent adds fuel to that fire. The clips do not show violence, but they show a serious mood. Diddy appears less confident than many expected. His body language suggests caution. People online began asking if he feels threatened. 50 Cent and Diddy have had a long history of public tension. For years, 50 has made jokes and sharp comments about Diddy in interviews and on social media. Sometimes it seemed playful, other times it felt personal. So when reports surfaced that 50 was connected to leaked prison footage, many were not surprised. They saw it as part of a larger rivalry. Some former associates of Diddy have warned that if he feels attacked publicly, he may strike back legally or through media channels. There are claims that teams around him could try to expose stories about his critics. Others say 50 Cent would not release anything unless he was prepared for backlash. The situation feels tense on all sides. At the same time, legal experts remind everyone that accusations are not convictions. Diddy has not been found guilty in connection with Tupac or Biggie's deaths. The Las Vegas police have stated clearly that he has not been charged in the Tupac case. In America, charges must be proven in court. Still, public opinion is powerful. Social media spreads clips fast. A short video can shape how millions of people feel. The image of a once powerful music mogul looking worried inside prison creates a strong reaction. It changes the narrative from untouchable icon to vulnerable inmate. There are also conversations about safety. High-profile inmates often face unique risks. Some may want fame by targeting high-profile inmates. Others may carry personal anger tied to past events. Prison officials usually take extra steps to monitor such situations. Transfers and protective housing are sometimes used to reduce risk. Meanwhile, the hip-hop community remains divided. Some artists defend Diddy strongly and say he built careers and created opportunities for many. Others say too many strange stories have followed him over the years. The truth may take years to sort out in courtrooms and official reports. The deaths of Tupac and Biggie still feel fresh to many fans. Their music continues to influence new artists. Murals of their faces stand in cities across the country. Every new development connected to those cases brings emotion back to the surface. If prosecutors ever find clear financial records or direct proof tying anyone else to those crimes, it would shake the industry again. For now, the focus remains on the ongoing legal battles and on the new claims circulating online. The leaked footage has created a new chapter in a long story. It reminds the public that fame does not protect anyone from legal trouble. It also shows how quickly narratives can shift when new images appear. Inside prison, daily life can be tense even without past drama. Adding decades of rumors and unresolved anger makes it even more complex. Whether the danger is real or exaggerated, perception alone can create stress. 50 Cent's involvement keeps the spotlight bright. He understands media. He knows how to create headlines. If he is truly behind the leaks, it shows he is willing to keep pressure on an old rival. For Diddy, the path ahead depends on the courts. Legal teams will fight accusations. Investigators will continue to review evidence. Witnesses may speak, documents may surface, or nothing new may come at all. What remains clear is that the story is far from over. The footage has reopened wounds tied to the most painful era in hip-hop history. Fans are watching closely, artists are speaking carefully, and the world waits to see what happens next. In prison, nights can feel long. Thoughts can grow louder in silence. A man who once controlled stages and boardrooms now faces a very different reality. The leaked images capture that contrast in a way words alone cannot. The coming months may decide how this chapter ends. Will new charges appear? Will old rumors fade again? Or will more leaks surface? For now, the conversation continues, and the tension around Diddy's name remains as strong as ever. After the leaked footage went viral, discussions online quickly shifted from curiosity to concern. Fans and commentators began analyzing every movement, every facial expression, and every frame. Many noticed how alert Diddy looked, scanning his surroundings and interacting cautiously with other inmates. It was a side of him that the public rarely sees. Outside, Diddy is known for his confidence, charm, and control of any situation. Inside, it's clear that prison life demands a very different type of vigilance, and he is showing it. To understand why this matters, it's important to look at Diddy's past and the history of tension in hip-hop. The East Coast versus West Coast feud of the 1990s left deep scars in the industry. Diddy, as the head of Bad Boy Records, was a central figure on the East Coast side, while Tupac Shakur aligned with West Coast artists. That feud wasn't just music, it was personal, cultural, and sometimes violent. Tupac's robbery and shooting at Quad Studios in New York in 1994 created distrust that never fully healed. Many observers believe it was the start of a series of events that eventually led to both Tupac's and Biggie's deaths. Years later, documentaries and interviews brought those old tensions back into the public eye. Sean Combs' The Reckoning, for example, examined Diddy's role during that turbulent era. Some claimed he had inside knowledge of events that affected Tupac and Biggie. Others defended him, saying that he was unfairly accused. Even though Diddy has repeatedly denied involvement, the suspicions linger, and social media users are quick to rehash every claim. In the prison footage, people saw not just Diddy the mogul, but a man aware that decades-old feuds might still have consequences. The leaked clips also fueled speculation about potential dangers inside prison. High-profile figures like Diddy often face unique threats. People who are angry, jealous, or seeking fame can target famous inmates. Even the appearance of vulnerability can make a person a focus of attention. Security measures, such as protective housing or transfers, can help, but they don't eliminate risk. Observers online speculated about how past rivalries, like those stemming from the East Coast-West Coast feud, could still play a role. Some suggested that inmates with strong opinions about Tupac or Biggie might act on old grudges, especially if rumors circulate that Diddy was somehow involved. 50 Cent's role in all of this makes it even more dramatic. He has been a longtime critic of Diddy and is well known for his media-savvy approach. If he truly leaked this footage, it sends a clear message. He is keeping attention on Diddy. This also shows how social media and celebrity influence can extend even into prisons, where the outside world still has a huge impact. Fans speculated about whether the leaks were a warning, a publicity move, or something meant to provoke a reaction. Regardless of intent, the effect was immediate. The footage went viral, and millions now watch Diddy's every move behind bars. The leaked videos also reminded the public of the fragility of fame. Diddy, who once controlled major labels, celebrities, and entertainment deals, now faces a system where he has very little power. The contrast between his life before and inside prison is stark. This is part of what makes the story so compelling, a powerful figure confronted by a completely different reality, forced to navigate an environment he can't fully control. Beyond the prison walls, the story ties back to history. Tupac and Biggie's murders were never fully solved, and the theories and accusations surrounding them remain part of hip-hop lore. Allegations of Diddy's involvement, whether true or false, continue to spark debate. The new footage adds a visual element to a story that has mostly existed in articles, documentaries, and interviews. Now, the public can see a man who appears aware of the weight of his past, facing the consequences of a complicated history. Inside prison, daily life is challenging, especially for someone with Diddy's profile. Even ordinary routines are amplified. Every interaction, every conversation can carry extra significance. People notice when someone has influence, fame, or money. They also notice when someone seems vulnerable. In this environment, reputation is not just pride, it's protection. Every gesture can be interpreted as a signal of strength or weakness. In the footage, Diddy's cautious behavior suggests he knows this better than anyone. Meanwhile, legal experts point out that despite all the attention, accusations about past events remain unproven. Diddy has not been convicted of any crime connected to Tupac or Biggie. Court records and police statements continue to assert this fact, but the public and media narrative is often shaped more by perception than by proof. Viral footage, social media commentary, and online debates can strongly influence opinion, even without legal validation. Diddy's reputation, which once gave him control, is now at the mercy of public interpretation. The story also touches on the ongoing tension between old rivalries and new media. Social platforms amplify conflicts that might have remained private in the past. 50 Cent's alleged involvement in leaking footage is an example of how modern technology intersects with decades-old conflicts. A single video can reignite old debates and draw millions of viewers, influencing both fans and insiders. Prison can be a place where time slows, but gossip spreads quickly. For Diddy, this means that even as he adjusts to life behind bars, his history continues to shape his environment. Former rivals, inmates aware of the East Coast-West Coast feud, and fans following every update online all contribute to a complex atmosphere. The footage not only documents his current state, but also serves as a reminder of unresolved tensions from his past. This viral content also raises questions about accountability. Diddy has consistently denied involvement in violent incidents, yet public opinion remains divided. For many, the leaked footage humanizes him, showing a side rarely seen. For others, it rekindles old suspicions. Either way, it has sparked a renewed conversation about the intersection of fame, crime, and legacy in hip-hop. As discussions continue, some observers caution against drawing conclusions based solely on leaked footage. Without full context, it's impossible to know the exact circumstances of what was captured. Yet, in the court of public opinion, images can be powerful. They influence perception, spark debate, and sometimes affect real-world outcomes. Someone as high profile as Diddy, every clip, comment, and post becomes part of a larger story. The viral reaction to the footage also shows the power of storytelling. Social media, news platforms, and video sharing sites create a rapid feedback loop. Millions of people can watch, comment, and speculate in real time. The story of Diddy behind bars is now part of that loop, shaping not just his image, but also conversations about history, justice, and celebrity culture. Even beyond the legal and social dimensions, the footage captures a human story. Diddy, once untouchable in music and business, is now navigating a world where influence has limits. His careful movements, attentive expressions, and quiet demeanor speak volumes about adaptation, strategy, and survival in an unfamiliar environment. Fans and critics alike recognize this, fueling further discussion online. Ultimately, the situation reflects broader themes. Fame does not guarantee safety. History does not fade quickly. Old rivalries and unresolved stories can resurface at any moment. Viral media amplifies every detail. And for Diddy, this moment in prison shows how a powerful public figure must navigate scrutiny, danger, and perception simultaneously. The story is ongoing, and every day brings new reactions, commentary, and speculation. What will happen next for Diddy? How will he respond? Will new information emerge that changes the narrative once again? The public, fans, and hip-hop community are all waiting, watching, and reacting in real time. The leaked footage may only be the beginning. Decades of history, rivalries, and unresolved questions are intersecting with the present in a way that keeps everyone on edge. Diddy's life behind bars is now part of a much larger story, one that continues to unfold across media platforms and social conversations.